Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday, right? Did I get that right? I think I did. All right, guys, we're back to talk about some criminal charges being dropped and some more Real Housewives of Orange County. So go figure. The gift that just keeps on giving. Kind of. Anyways, before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comments section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, thank you to everybody who caught us yesterday for Hot Messy Topics. That is going up on the podcast today. And then Salty Podcast, we recorded yesterday. We have to make some small little edits, but that will be up tomorrow. So, yeah, with that, let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we have to start right here with the criminal charges being dropped. Thank you to Reality Blur. But they said criminal charges were dropped against Shannon Bedore's ex-husband, David Bedore, as the former Real Housewives of Orange County castmate scored a huge legal victory. Now, David and Shannon divorced in 2019 after Shannon claimed that he was cheating on her, and then he married Leslie Bedore a year later. And their marital issues have been very highly publicized, by the way. Leslie filed for a divorce after filing a restraining order against him. I think this is like one, this is toxic as hell. But two, this is like the third time that she is or they have filed for divorce. You know what they give me? You know what vibes they give me, you guys? They give me Kim and Croy vibes. It's like, I love you. I fucking hate you. I love you. I hate you. I pay for everything. Oh my God, I'll pay for everything. I don't want you to weaponize it against me. I would never do that. I love you. I'm sorry. I was mad. Now I'm fucking mad again. And it's like toxic. They are toxic to each other. Anyways, In Touch, obviously, magazine, obtained court documents showing that his criminal charges got dropped during a September 19th hearing. The reckless driving charges, as well as the accusation of speeding more than 100 miles an hour, were dismissed. On the morning of February 4th, Newport Beach police pulled David Bedore over as he drove his Porsche 911. And a few weeks later, the Orange County DA charged David with an infraction for driving unlawfully over 100 miles per hour and a misdemeanor for reckless driving. David was represented by Michael Fell, who is also Shannon's longtime lawyer, and he pleaded not guilty, and his case was dismissed officially last week. Shannon had her own issues with the law earlier this year as she crashed her car into a property while intoxicated. But at the time of her DUI sentencing, she said, I am grateful that no one else was injured besides me in this incident. I've learned so much from my terrible mistake that night and realized that driving any distance while impaired is too far. But earlier this month, David's estranged wife, Leslie, accused him of being jealous of her ex. She said, I never know when David's next meltdown will be or how long they're going to last. These meltdowns, when they occur, are nonstop, even when he's working, and they cause me to live in fear and to worry about the effect on the children. But David denied these accusations. David said, Leslie routinely tells me I am abusive when I disagree with her or make my opinions known. She has a habit of texting me consistently for hours at a time, trying to spark a reaction out of me. I believe Leslie is angry because I cut off the unlimited spending availability on her credit cards over the weekend. Leslie will spend whatever story she needs to spend in the correct circumstance to get what she wants. Now, Leslie was rewarded a temporary restraining order until a hearing in October. But as far as the criminal charges, though, David Bedore is free. There's the door, David Bedore, because you're not facing any criminal charges yet. Not today. Not today, Satan. But moving on, let's go to the OG of the OC, shall we? Thank you to realityt.com. Vicky Gumbelson claims that she refused to play ball with the OC production during season 18. Vicky Gumbelson likes to play by her own rules, and while she isn't holding an orange in season 18 of OC, she is making several guest appearances, which is fine because a little Vicky goes a long way. We don't need more staph infection scenes, is what they said. Things. However, production allegedly has ideas of scenes that they'd like Vicky to whoop it up in. But if there's one thing that we've learned, it's that Vicky is going to do what Vicky wants to do, whether production likes it or not. Vicky said she's not going to do it and would rather go home when asked to confront the cast. Vicky's mainly been Shannon Bedore's backup this season. She showed up at Gina Kirschenheiter's dinner party and told the ladies to leave Shannon alone. Vicky and Shannon also, well, they talked about Tamara leaving their Trust Amigos show, and although it's been short, it's been fun to see Vicky back on our screens. There are more Vicky scenes to come, but she isn't going to play ball in all of them. Speaking on her podcast, My Friend, My Soulmate, My Podcast, Vicky revealed her objections to production. And one of those was at Jennifer Pedranti and Ryan's engagement party. Vicky said production had pulled her aside and asked her to stay longer, but she wanted to go because it was freezing. And this is about Jen and Ryan's engagement. And they're like, well, it is, but it's really about the season and what's happened everywhere. So this is giving everybody a platform to talk about it. And I said, no, this is about Jen and Ryan. She also shared that production wanted her to confront Tamra, Katie Janela, and Heather Dubrow. And Vicky said that she told production not going to do it. This is Jen and Ryan's night. And he then said, what about you confront Katie about talking about Heather? And I said, not going to do it. It's not my business. And he goes, damn, you're not going to do anything? And I said, what I'm going to do is go home. Oh, damn, Vicky. And Vicky probably wanted to go home instead of filming traitor scenes on OC with her arch nemesis, Teddy Mellencamp. She said, this stuff of mimicking a game show and bringing Teddy on, you can see right through it. This is not the reality show. This is not what I created as a reality show. The reality show that I created, call it good or bad or ugly. Still, Vicky shared that she would rather be on a little bit than not at all. I do have a voice and I do have opinions. Unfortunately, they get muffled because of the chaos that's happening. But yeah, there's that. Well, there's another person who wants to chime into the conversation, and that's Emily Simpson. So thank you to Bywig. Hello, Drama. Let's play the clip.
Need someone else at that time and
Speaking
place
for you.
speaking for me or bringing it up in a way that's going to be different than the way I want to articulate it. So I thought I have to get in here and say it before someone else does.
I see. I get, so, I was trying to like put myself in both because I was watching Heather and then watching you. So Heather Dubrow I think she felt very attacked, confronted, right? And she did come off defensive and a little, I could tell it was probably hard for her to be really sensitive in that moment because she felt very attacked. Right. So, but I thought your feelings were valid. I thought you were justified in communicating how you felt, but it wasn't being taken, I think, in the way that you wanted it to be.
No, I really in my head thought that it would have been more of a bonding experience between two friends because I feel like I made it clear that I didn't think Heather did anything malicious.
Right. It wasn't intentional. Like I'm going to make Emily feel bad.
Right.
About
and I never felt that or thought that. But I think as friends on a show where we're supposed to share our opinions and how we feel, that it was necessary that if she's my friend, that I shared that with her. Of course, hindsight's 2020. Now I look back, I'm like, well, I should have asked her to, go sit somewhere together, the two of us. But I really was concerned that it was going to get brought up by somebody else.
Right. Even if I'm curious, because even if you had taken her aside, she still might have got a little defensive.
I think so too. I think even if I would have asked her, hey, do you want to go over here and sit? I don't think the conversation would have been different. I do think Alexis being there in that group.
We're going to talk about that in a second.
Okay.
What I don't understand is when Alexis inserted herself and made it completely about her. And now that I brought into this, no, you weren't brought into this. All you said was, I think you had just referred to an Alexis's dress. That was it.
That was it.
That was like 5 words.
Only reference I made to her, and the only time I said her name was that one sentence making reference to just the 2 dresses. That was it.
And now she's involved. She is suddenly about
she was
her.
Like, you are the one who brought me into this, and I'm a broken bird, and you brought me. Everybody else was like, she didn't bring you into this. Oh, yes, she did. It's just because you used her name.
And I'm sorry, when she walked in and she was having a bad day and she was moody, and what was going on?
Okay, I'll tell you what was going on. Because first of all, they can't show everything. We were there for hours and hours at Jen's house because when Alexis first got there, she kept going on and on about how something was going on, but she couldn't talk about it. So I no joke, we all sat around.
Cryptic.
for a good 45 minutes while everyone was like, well, what is it? Well, what is it? Well, just say it. Well, what is it? I can't talk about it. I'm talking like I lost a part of my life that I can never get back. I was so irritated. And then finally, she did say something. They didn't show it, but it was about the lawsuit. It was about the fact that John had actually, because up to this point, it had only been a demand letter, right?
Mm.
And they were just negotiating. He had actually filed a lawsuit against Shannon. And I believe that was coming out in People, because they file a lawsuit and then they give it to People magazine.
I see.
Why is that so traumatizing for Alexis?
I don't know, because that is an overt act that you did yourself, that you put it out there. He filed, you give it to People, it gets disseminated,
and she's the victim,
and then you're the victim.
Yep, that's why I said Alexis kind of sucks on the show. But Alexis, don't worry. Other people have sucked on other shows before, and then they've started podcasts and they've done really great for themselves. So maybe there's hope for you too. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.